Welcome to the Undrafted Uncensored cast of Pod. Hosted by Nick Archuleta. Mosted by Colin Zanker. And last but certainly is least, Joseph Goodwin.
Welcome in everyone to Undrafted Uncensored, where it's a good thing I'm not listening to the TV anymore, because when we started this, they were playing a Wegovy commercial, and I thought the dude said Kobe. I looked up because I'm like, who's saying Kobe in the middle of a commercial?
And they're not taking like a shot.
I look up and he's like hammering. I'm like, that's not Kobe. That's not Kobe.
Honestly, that sounds like a great commercial. Like calling Kobe for mundane things, you know, just like doing some roof work. Kobe.
Yeah. And nailed it. No
exactly.
pun intended. Or was it? Oh, man.
Oh, it was. Also, I'm happy that Colin did the Dragon Ball Fusion dance just now during our opening. He didn't realize it, but that makes me even happier.
Good job,
I'm
Colin.
very well cultured in all things, okay? Don't put me into some sort of just sports box, all right?
I would never.
I'm more than just an athlete and a pretty face.
When did you learn the dance?
When did you learn the dance?
Yesterday.
I guarantee he didn't know.
I'm a quick learner. I'm a quick study, all right?
Yeah. Colin loves anime. You guys didn't know that?
I think there's a pill for that now.
Yeah, Anime Fest is going on this weekend at my hotel.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it
it's always
NDK?
fun. Busy weekend. Excuse me?
Is it Nanda Sukan? Or is it like just called
I don't
Anime Fest?
remember which one.
Now you're getting
pretty sure
too
it's
far
actually
to
Anime Fest.
Love it.
Just take what you can get.
No, that'd be sick.
It's an anime festival at my hotel for 3 days that has furries
sweet.
and readings and people and all the fun lingerie and stuff that goes along with it.
I mean, I guess
we have a
whatever.
bulgogi rice bowl that's bomb that we're making.
Sounds great. I'm in.
I tried to tell the hotel, you know, you got to know your clientele too. You know what? One thing that you could do, like, we're gonna sell energy drinks, right?
Guaranteed.
You get Mountain Dew Code Red. You get Mountain Dew Code Red.
Yeah, and Baja Blast.
Yeah, Baja Blast. Ah, hey!
Hashtag not a sponsor.
No.
But Code Red's that's the one that feels right, you know? Like when they first introduced an alternate flavor, it was like, oh my God, what? There's a red Mountain Dew? Like it was game changing. So yeah, I have a soft spot for Code Red.
Code Red unfortunately has fallen down the tier, the list of Mountain Dew flavors for me. They've had it holds a special place, but it's definitely nowhere near the favorite that it used to be.
No. It's like that favorite towel you had that's like you only use it now because it was your favorite towel forever, but it's not soft anymore. It's just big. It's like a big beach towel or something.
There when you need it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's like that comfortable old towel.
So Nick is in Nashville right now broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.
And,
did not mention.
And so
he's just walking in Nashville.
He went to the Sound Stadium. But I was going to ask, I forgot, you only have your carry-on bag, right?
No, I brought a suitcase. A suitcase.
But a checked bag?
Yeah.
If you can find a Dollar General, there's a Mountain Dew that's only available at Dollar Generals. I don't know if you have time, but it's like a pineapple Maui Burst or something like that that's only available at Dollar Generals. And there's obviously no Dollar Generals in Colorado.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
There's one down the street from my house.
Or maybe not Dollar General. What is it? Hold on. There's
we got Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar. I'm trying to think of the dollar stores that I know of.
Right.
I think that's it. I think those are the three. Besides like other stores that are just like, you know, singular family owned dollar stores.
Sure that I actually where's there? I'm pretty sure there's no Dollar Generals in Colorado.
Do you think that they pulled them out? Because there definitely used to be. I know I've seen them. but they could not be anymore. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to and/or saw a Dollar
General. There's literally one in Commerce City. I pass it all the time on Highway 2.
Dang it, Bobby. Never mind. Don't do it. Because last time I looked to try and find a Dollar General, I did not see one in Colorado. So I'm totally wrong. Never mind. Don't do it. Don't worry about it. We're good.
See, that's how easy it is to put in the wrong search parameters and just, get wrong information, folks. We've all done it.
It wasn't going to happen anyway because I can't even find it.
All right. Well, they have a special Maui Burst that I want to try. It's only $1 General.
There you go. Sweet.
When you get home, Nick, make sure to go by Dollar General before you get home and pick me up a Maui Burst. I'll see you on my way to the airport on Tuesday.
Yeah, don't worry. I got you. I'll definitely go looking for that because there's, not really an offensive burst right now in the Nuggets half.
Yeah, so what you do, Nick?
I was going to say, like bursting a bubble.
You get the Mountain Dew and you leave it in a duffel bag, just somewhere randomly in the airport for Colin to go pick it up. No one's going to flag that as dangerous.
No,
not
at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, it'd be totally fine.
But yes, bursting our bubble.
And yes, man, thank you. Red 40 supremacy. Hail the Red 40. Yeah, this is ugly. I mean, as I noted, Jamal and Joker are both out tonight again. That's 2 nights in a row, which I'm not all that mad about.
Don't care.
A 2-game separation between the Nuggets and Lakers right now for third. Again, I want to be on the other side of the bracket away from OKC. So there's that. And it sounds like they may not play again next game either. Joker, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. I was going to say, according to Tim Bonheim, this game means nothing anyways if those guys are sitting, just like it didn't mean anything when they played the Golden State Warriors. So, who really cares? Now you're giving me a mini chub there, Nick. Show me the White Castle. Yeah. So, yeah, if logic follows what was said about the Warriors-Nuggets game where the Nuggets didn't have Brown, Jokic, or Murray also playing, I know Brown's playing this game, then this game still means nothing at all. So cool. Who cares if the Nuggets are getting blown out? This would actually be a phenomenal comeback if they can find a way to do it. But I do feel a lot like, even though those guys aren't playing, this is still the Lakers trying to exercise their demons in the regular season over the Nuggets.
Get that ship back right.
I mean, I don't think it matters that much.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Is that sorry? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's exactly what I was. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, let them care about this game more than what happens in the playoffs, because we all know once the playoffs hit, it's more important to have Jamal Murray healthy. That's the one that's scary because we've talked about it before. As he's a crucial part to this team, and as frustrating as he has been, you do see how important he is to this squad, and which is why I go back to the trade deadline, and I said that if the Nuggets don't make it far in this offseason, Jamal Murray is the one that's on the block because it falls on his shoulders to be available and play well. Not that he's the only one, but he's going to be the biggest name.
Oh, okay.
It's him or Porter, man. It's really going to come down to how each of them plays in the playoffs. But I think you're right. I think it's trending towards Porter just keeps putting up games. Like you got him and Aaron Gordon and fucking nobody else against like a red hot Warriors team. Like this team was, I believe, 9 wins in a row, or 8 or 9 or something like that before the Nuggets snapped that streak, and they were playing everybody. Like the Nuggets were playing some dude named Spencer Jones. Who the fuck is that? But he put up like a good stat line. Like he was playing backup center, man. Hell yeah. Gotta love it, man. Like, dude, Calvin Booth is proving every one of us that doubted anything about him wrong. Like, the only mistake we have on the roster now is Dario Saric, and I somehow feel like they're going to figure that shit out too. Like, dude, okay. Zeke Naji is playing good basketball, guys. Like, I don't see how anything could not cut. Like, everything is coming up Millhouse. So, like, you know what? I don't really care about these little regular season games, but I'm with Nick. I just want to be on the other side of that bracket. I don't care if it's like, I would love it if it's as the 2 seed. Fuck yeah, that would be wonderful. But you know what? As long as we're just not on that side of the bracket, we have to play OKC early. I'm kind of good with it. But even then, like, no injury is worth not being on that side of the bracket. Like, fuck it. If we get OKC round 2, but everyone's healthy, let's go.
So I got to ask this. Joe, when did you steal the Broncos juice that Nick was drinking during the 2023-24 season to think that the Nuggets and Dario Saric is going to become anything this year? Like, what? I don't know how you got it or how it lasted that long. Maybe it is. I love that he's frozen right now. Maybe it's totally a stale thing, and that's why. And that's why you have it. Well, of course, now he can't respond to that comment. Hopefully, he comes back soon. I'm gonna move him off, and it'll just be me and you, Nick.
That was perfect.
Maybe it was. Oh, okay, he's back. Maybe it was a bad batch that he got. And he froze. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's Dario Saric is going to have any sort. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but let's.
Dude, if Zeke Naji can give you quality basketball minutes, anything is possible. To quote the great Kevin Garnett, like, it's nuts. I don't understand how the fact that Zeke Naji is not worthless on this roster. That he's like, dude, I'm actually looking forward to him playing some playoff minutes and being a big in the rotation. He may not actually get those minutes, and that's fine. But like the fact that happened, yeah, fuck it. Anything's possible. Let's go. Let's get Jalen Pickett some playoff minutes. Can Vladko hit 1-3 in the playoffs? I fucking hope so.
God, that juice has a shelf life of forever, Nick.
But honestly, not like really, because if Dario Saric had anything to give, they wouldn't be playing Spencer fucking Jones. But so what? Let's put Spencer Jones in. It's because
we all know how Michael Malone loves his undrafted guys.
In a game like that would have been DeAndre Jordan. So the fact that we saw a different guy, that's something. That means maybe DJ was just nursing something, or who knows. But like, man, this is fun to watch. So at this point, it's just playoffs. We're waiting to see. Obviously, this game right now doesn't look great, but whatever. The guys aren't playing. It'd be nice to see a little bit more out of Christian Brown, but game's not over, so we'll see how it goes. But like, man, I'm just excited now. Like, bring on the world as long as we're healthy. Knock on wood.
I mean, there's a lot right now. You get Joker dealing with basically everything below the neck, both elbows, an ankle, a knee, a calf.
Yep, let him kill.
A hip. Jamal dealing with everything that's above his neck.
And that's been the ongoing thing.
I don't know. It's
yeah. I mean, when I look at it, and I'll hold true to this throughout. I mean, until it's over, is that I'm just not worried about this team if Jokic is healthy.
Yeah.
Right now, the Nuggets don't want to be on the same side as Oklahoma City. That's a scarier matchup for the Nuggets. It's the scariest matchup for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
But when I sit there and look at it, OKC had their first run last year. This is their second run. Are they ready to win a championship? I don't know if they're ready to win a championship if they face a team like the Nuggets and Jokic who have that experience. And specifically Jokic. Like I said, that his leadership in the World Cup or in the Olympics was beyond what I imagined. Like, I knew that Serbia would be good, but I didn't expect them to be that good. And I just, it's hard for me to not have faith in this Nuggets team if Jokic is healthy.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't have the cohesion the Serbia team did, and they never will, because the Serbia team's been playing with each other since they've been fucking children. So, like, that's one of those that I feel like kind of lends towards it. Guys need time to really get used to Jokic, and Jokic get used to them, which I think they've kind of had. So I think it'll be good. I feel like it's going to come down to the other guys. Yeah, it's going to come down to how.
Yeah, but you're talking about.
Good. No, yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna say you talk about cohesion, but Jokic was the cohesive part. Without him on the court, they were minus 23. Like he was the cohesion.
But they were in the finals of the World Cup.
Danger. He knocks. He is the one who knocks. He's the one who knocks. He is the person who is the cohesion part. Like
I am the danger.
Well, yeah, but the Serbia team were the silver medalists of the World Cup the year before when Jokic didn't play. So that's what I'm saying is they are still a great team without Jokic. But with him, oh man, it's next level. Because Eurobasket, if you make it to the finals in the World Cup, like it was them in Germany, USA had to play Canada in the bronze medal match. That absolutely is. It's not like top 10 of all time or anything like that, but that's still, you have to be a great team to make it to a championship like that. Especially when you don't have Jokic on your squad. When it's, Milicic, it's not Darko, Micic and Bogdanovic and those kind of guys. And they had other bigs, but nobody like Jokic. But it's just, it kind of comes down to how guys play with Jokic. If those guys hit shots, they win. If Jokic doesn't get fouled, they win. There's a lot of what ifs, obviously didn't happen. Because you had to be more than perfect to beat one of the greatest teams of all time, like that Team USA. But like if Jamal Murray has any kind of struggles, like Colin said, he's going to be the first one on the chopping block. If it ends up being Porter not showing up, his shot doesn't fall, and he doesn't get rebounds or whatever, he's going to be gone. I think Aaron Gordon has to be really bad for him to get up himself on the chopping block because he's been so fantastic. He's like heart and soul.
He's not going anywhere.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel bad being a Sith and dealing in absolutes and saying that there's no chance Aaron Gordon goes anywhere.
Yeah,
but I don't see it happening though. Like it's going to be Jamal or Porter, and I don't want that to be the case. It'd be great if this depth or these young pieces develop into the depth that we need them to be. And this is going to be the test, man. It's now or never these playoffs. Because if they can't do it, you got to fucking switch things around. You got to find a team that can win.
They made their own bed. It is what it is.
Yes, sir.
And right now the Lakers are putting them to sleep almost up by 30.
Yeah.
Might as well get the plane fired up, guys. I mean, a second half comeback, you never know what could happen, but I'm not. I wonder what the odds are for that. I'm going to check real quick.
I don't know. Unless that Lakers B squad comes in and just totally pisses down their leg, dude. This is
yeah.
It's only plus 1,300.
That's all. Throw $5 on that one.
I was gonna say, is that worth $5? Maybe. Maybe Luka could always twist his ankle.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Colin, when did you start taking that red pill like Nick did about the Broncos last year?
I don't know. I mean,
the
season's winding down. They just need to realize that even though these games don't mean anything, they still need to play like they mean something. You got to keep that momentum going into the postseason. And again, you're still jockeying for position, and you don't want to end up in the play-in tournament. And all it takes, all it takes is a bad week, and next thing you know, you're on the outside looking in.
That's more than a bad week, though. That's like a straight-up losing streak. Because after beating the Warriors, too, they have tiebreakers on a lot of those teams below them. So I don't think they're going play-in.
Not the Wizards.
They could. That's true.
I know.
They don't have the tiebreaker against the East Coast Wizards, Colin. That is technically true. I kind of love that. Every year we got to look that up. Do they have the tiebreaker against the Wizards, though? But I'm kind of the opposite, where as long as you keep a playoff mindset, whereas you're scouting for the playoffs, you're thinking about the playoffs, you're working towards the playoffs. Jim Mora, insert drop here.
Playoffs.
Then I think you're going to be okay. But you can't just say fuck it and just sit down on games. You got to have games like you did against the Wizards with, Russell Westbrook putting up a triple-double, or at least looking tougher. But you also can't expect that every night when you're not playing all your starters.
By the way, my preseason bet for Westbrook averaging 13 points and 6 assists is right on track.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
What do you get for that one?
180 or 160 from 10.
Hell yeah. Love that.
There you go.
Yeah, take that, Westbrook haters. Like Tim Bontemps. He's one of those guys that you can tell does not watch a lot of games of certain teams, maybe, or maybe he's an East Coast guy. I'm not really sure, but he had this whole take mid-season.
They're all East Coast guys.
About how terrible Russell Westbrook is and how the Nuggets need to get rid of him. And when him and Jokic were the most efficient duo in the league, and it was like when he was really showing off like his fucking resurgence with the Nuggets, like towards the mid-season. And Bontemps was over here on the podcast that used to be Zach Lowe until they fired him and they gave it to Brian Windhorst, saying how terrible Westbrook is. And the Nuggets got to get rid of him. And it's like, dude, him and Jokic have been some of the best minutes. Like they're considering, benching one of the starting 5 for him. So yeah, Tim Bontemps is one of those dudes. And his voice sucks. So,
I'm glad you made that, threw that in there too.
Yeah. Important detail.
Canada.
Yeah. Avs were victims of terrible luck tonight. Out in Toronto, what's that?
Blame Canada.
I was going to say was like, I heard, but I didn't see what happened. Like the ref got there.
Yeah.
Like,
so basically they were clearing the puck. The ref drops down because apparently he thought it was coming at his head. And instead it goes and hits him in the leg as he's sliding across the ice to avoid being hit by the puck. And he gets hit by the puck. Leafs pick it up in the neutral zone and a little one-on-one, dinky-dinky, and there's the back of the net.
Was that the game winner?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know they were 1-1. Austin Matthews scored first, and then Choo Choo Train did.
Yeah.
But I was teaching, so I didn't get to see it. That's puck luck sometimes in hockey. Yeah. Like, it sucks, but for the Avs in a squad like that, they're on their Canadian road trip right now. You got to hope to come away, with something, and just those things happen on the road, which is one of the reasons why you want home ice. Like, there's no reason why it doesn't happen at home, but it just doesn't feel like it does when you're the home team. It doesn't happen to you nearly as often.
It's a big deal, man.
So for the Avs, it sucks, but think the one way that I look at this and I feel about them losing this game is they lost it 2-1.
Yeah.
Back in November, if we were talking about a 2-1 loss, Nick would have his heart on for Georgie being the best goaltender in the NHL.
Right? We'd be talking about that as like a good win, a good loss. And I'd have to talk you off the ledge that Georgie is figuring things out, okay? Because I did a few times.
Oh yeah.
So when I look at this, yeah, it's a 2-1 loss. It's a fluky goal. Those things happen, and maybe if that doesn't happen, the Avs find a way to win.
Yeah,
but you're on the road, and it took a fluky goal to beat you, really. So, and you're going up against a Toronto team that's in the playoff chase, that's played well. Their goaltender wall, for what I was listening to, was literally a wall, stopping everything coming his way.
He was good.
Like I said, I didn't watch it. I heard a little bit on the radio before I started teaching, and then I followed along when the goals happened. But, that guy was damn good.
Yeah, he looked good.
And we've seen with this Avs team, I believe it was it Nashville or Vancouver, where they had the rookie goaltender in there for one game who stopped like 49 shots or 52 shots or whatever it was, and had an unbelievable single game against the Avs.
Yeah, I think
of course he did.
But like that, maybe that was even Nashville. No, I don't think it was Nashville.
I thought it was Vancouver.
Yeah, I think it was too. But when you sit there and look at what had to happen for the Avs to lose this game, that's just not going to happen every day. So much like the Nuggets with the Avs, they're also still figuring some stuff out with the amount of new guys there, and it's not that it's an excuse. They probably could have won this game, but you just kind of chalk that one up to the hockey gods giving Toronto a little bit of regular season luck, because God knows that they're not going to get any in the postseason.
Yeah, like I said, this was just bad luck. This was
you just chalk it up to the game.
This was a puck that just bounced just enough for the Leafs to take advantage of it. I mean, it sucks, but sometimes you're just going to have those moments. And I mean, on the road against a good team, I'd rather be that way than at home against a crappy team and you're wondering what's going on at that point.
Wizards. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to bring up bullshit.
Yeah, sure you didn't. I mean, you just get right back on the horse tomorrow anyway, because you head across Canada to Ottawa.
Canada.
The Senators are another playoff team making a surge right now.
Yep.
These are a lot of playoff type atmospheres and games where, the home team, after what the Avs did at the trade deadline, the target is back on their back, firmly on their back. Not saying that teams weren't playing up or against them, but you had a feeling after the last two seasons of debacles in the postseason that teams were not necessarily, they didn't have the same energy going against the Avs. It wasn't the same focus. But what the Avs did at the trade deadline has firmly entrenched them in all the conversations as Stanley Cup favorites, or at least likely to get to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Maybe not favorites overall, but at least in that conversation to be there at the very end. And other teams want to say, hey, what about us every time they play the Avs?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and this is an Avalanche team that we all expected to have at the beginning of the season anyway. I mean, it took some trades to make it happen. You had to clean out your goaltending closet. You had to, get rid of the Moose. But I mean, you look at what they got in return. Man, those are some steals.
Net positive. Pun intended. Net positive.
You get EJ back, and then you have Landeskog is skating. He was having contact today on the ice. Do I expect him to be out there? No. But we all know his end game is to skate out there one more time at least.
This feels bad, though. Like, right now feels that this is the wrong time. Like, it's too late and it's too soon at the same time. Like, it's too late in the season for him to start getting going. I feel like if Gabe plans on giving you any kind of quality hockey, I think it's just next year. And then that might be his last year.
You take him when you can get him. He's still your captain. He's got control of that team still.
To sit on the bench and be like Udonis Haslem? I don't know.
He's not going to sit on the bench. This is going to be a Tampa or a Vegas situation where they've been having him on an LTIR, and they're just going to have to modify and move somebody for the postseason to get his salary to fit.
Well, and I think that's what's happening with Gabe, is that he's giving it a last push for this year, and if he plays in this postseason with the team, that's it for him. Yeah. If he doesn't play this year, I think I think he tries to come back next year. But I think he saw what the front office did at the deadline. Yeah. And they know the last two seasons, I'm not saying he wasn't trying the last two seasons, but the last 2 years, they didn't make nearly the same amount of moves that they did to make a push like this for a Stanley Cup. So he saw what the front office did, and he is a guy which we've heard about in all the documentary stuff that's come out that will give everything to his team. Yep. So if he can make one more run this year with this team, I think that's it. But if he doesn't, then he is going to try and come back next year. So if we do see him in the playoffs, I fully expect a retirement at the end of the season, unless it is like only one game that he plays in. But I think if he comes into the playoffs, he's playing for more than one game. So that's my read on is that he's at least trying to play with guys and get up to the energy level that is playoff hockey right now. Because that's the level these guys are playing. So if he's going to come back, he's got to face that same type of competition.
Yeah, but we all know he's capable of it.
But not after 3 years of missing all the games. Not right away.
Well, I'm not expecting.
You may be mentally capable of it, but will his, ankle, I believe, Achilles or whatever, hold up? ACL, was it his knee? Knee, whatever it was. Will it hold up? That's really the issue. Like no one's knocked his ability to rehab and like focus and whether he's going to get through it or can get through this. It's just, will his body hold up? Will the rehab actually work? Sadly, it's, and he's older than Lonzo Ball, who it has worked for. So it may also just take him a little bit longer.
Well, and like you said, Joe, yeah, his mind is there. That's correct. That's on. But it's also, how will the body respond in the games? Because even me, not anywhere near the same type of athlete, obviously, as Gabe Landeskog. But last week, I had to play from second. I know I'm legit. This is legit. Like, I had to play from second base, where I had to go kind of into the outfield to field the ball, but almost towards the first base line, spin and do a whole 180 throw blind to first base. And I threw the guy out. Last year, after not playing for all the years, I couldn't have done that. My body wouldn't have reacted in the same way. I couldn't have twisted that same way. But because, even as a whatever athlete I am now, like at that whatever level I'm at, because I had practiced and had at least another season under my belt, my body was able to move and do that. But last year, even at the end of the season, I couldn't do that after a full year of even playing. It still took a whole offseason for my body to be able to know and contort and turn to do that. And then you're talking about going against the most intense postseason games in all of sports, which is the NHL playoffs. His mind might know what to do, but his body might not be able to respond.
I don't know. Yeah. I think in his mind, he knows it's still going to be slow to get back to that level. I don't know if he'll ever be the same Landeskog that we remember, but I think it's more of just getting out there again and playing the game like he wants to, that he loves. I mean, Colin, you do it every Sunday still. You get out there and you play baseball. If I had time, I would. Well, and if my niece could handle it, I would probably still be out there with you. But
if it didn't destroy your body, yeah, I'd play football. But
I think it's just a matter of not letting this define the end of his career. You don't want him to. He doesn't want to end on an injury. He doesn't want to be that guy that where you're just like, man, if he didn't have to have his cartilage replaced
twice,
how many more cups would he have won? How many more times would he have gone to the postseason with the Avs? What year would we have hung his 92 in the rafters?
I mean, there's going to be some of that if he doesn't play again, and
it's inevitable.
I think that we as fans will always remember the cup run.
Oh yeah.
But us doing this, sports talk and being around sports a lot more are gonna kind of hold more of a grudge than the fans are to Gabe. if things don't pan out, because of the fact that, yeah, it was management's decision not to put him on long-term IR, but there's the aspect of him stringing the team along. It felt like, and I know there were setbacks, and he probably legitimately thought that he was going to come back.
Yeah.
But it's tough to separate where we are as fans and what we're doing talking about sports, and to have that part where it's just like, I mean, Gabe Landeskog, the player, and him on the ice, it was so instrumental and has been so instrumental to this team. But it's also been so instrumental in the way it's hurt the team in the last 2 seasons.
Well, especially the last 2 seasons, they were the team was even waiting for him to come back.
Yeah,
they had that feel.
And that's why it's tough to separate. It's tough to separate and not just sit here and talk about, like, when he retires. Yeah, we're not going to talk about him holding the team hostage. I mean, I don't know how else to really put it. That's not going to be the discussion. But when it comes to the all-time great Colorado Avalanche teams and we bring up this squad, we'll be like, well, what if they could have gone out and done this or that? That's the conversation that we had years from now. Besides the fact that we talk about what a great team it was that did win the cup, and finally brought Lord Stanley back to Denver.
Yeah. Well, those are conversations too that, we've all kind of had conversations like that about like Broncos teams and things like that, where we kind of get defensive too, because we're like, you didn't see everything. You just know the stories.
Yeah,
the 80s Broncos where we're like, oh man, if only, so-and-so had been a little younger, or, if Elway had, a different.
If only Reeves.
That's kind of what it is if only Dan Reeves, because they got blown out in a lot of the Super Bowls too. It's like, if they could have kept the momentum, I guess, against the Redskins, but like they just
could have been Marty Schottenheimer.
It's also true, rest in peace.
I don't know. It's interesting to continue to watch this play out, and part of me thinks too that they're just messing with everybody in the NHL too, with this ramping him up, making them think, oh shit, he's going to come back.
I mean, did you see that there was a possible return date actually posted? It has long-term IR, and then it has the end of the regular season as a possible return.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
It got posted the other day. Maybe you're right. Maybe they're playing mind games. Like, I don't know.
It could be a lot of front office too, saying things and trying to like either keep the fans posted or kind of keep the players hoping that he should come back. But I think it's better to be aware of the realities of it, that he's not coming back as a player. But I do think a lot of this has just come from the organization themselves.
I just thought of this, and it's kind of from left field, but maybe this is the organization putting the third and fourth line guys on notice that you are playing for your spot on this playoff roster right now.
That's
like legitimately.
You got to find
because Gabe, I think we all know he's probably a third or fourth line player right now.
Yeah.
He might play up on some other lines every once in a while, depending on what the situation is. But the front office is telling guys, hey, Gabe could be coming back. If you don't play up to the level that we're expecting, you're not going to be on the playoff roster with us. And sorry, the ring doesn't count for regular season wins.
Yeah.
I just a thought that popped in my head.
That's a good thought. I mean, well, Manson's out right now again, too. So there's a spot on your fourth line right there. I don't know.
Isn't that where EJ plays? Like having Landy and EJ out there at the same time just kind of feels good.
That's the old man line.
Yeah, it's a complete opposite of the rest of the line of the Avs, where it's like speed, athleticism, skating. It's like, no, it's just like two old guys saying "fuck you, let's go."
Beer league guys.
This is beer league hockey. We're mucking it up.
It's it's Liev Schreiber and what's his name, Stifler, fucking goon.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of his name? I keep trying to say Neil Patrick Harris. I'm like, no, it's a different 3 names.
Sean William Scott.
That's what I said. Thanks,
Sean
Nick.
William Scott, yes.
I'm intrigued to see this play out. I mean, there's tweets going around that Landeskog told the equipment guy to bring his stuff because he was going to suit up on Wednesday. I mean, obviously that didn't happen because he didn't play. But I mean, things are going to start getting around now. It's going to start getting the news is going to start getting crazy. This is going to become a wildfire real fast.
Can't wait.
I'm okay for it.
I was going to say before we get into it, I do want to thank everyone who's tuning in. Obviously, Camels and Penguins. Who's what's that? Matt, Steve? I don't know who. Whatever his name is. Matt. Mr. Red 40 Supremacy. Everyone on Facebook, we do appreciate you watching and tuning in and liking, subscribing. It does help us with everything whenever you like and subscribe, and especially like I said, share it around. And we also want to share some info about the new indoor football team who's 1-1 as they go into the bye week. Nick, let us know what happened with the Spartans this week.
Yeah, their first bye week, they went out to Omaha. Omaha was one of the teams in the championship last year. They're a good team. They're perennial contenders. So the Spartans fell behind early and just couldn't finish getting up that hill. Got a little spicy again a little bit later in the game. They had to throw a few flags for some extracurricular activities, but they got themselves behind the 8 ball and they just could not get around it. I mean, Aiken was doing everything he could at quarterback, but he couldn't complete a pass to save his life. The running game was kind of falling apart, and it was a rough game for him. But they kept it somewhat close. They just need to, make some changes and learn from what they did. They got to play one more time anyway, and they have a bye week to recover.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, obviously, they can make a comeback. After they won their first game, you will be doing the next game, correct?
No, I have. We have one more week we have one more road game, and then they have a week off before they come and play at home on April 12th.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks?
Jeez. Just one thing. That was the wrong one. When you said that the Spartans put themselves behind the 8 ball, this is all I could think of.
And Ben as well. That's
Did you see that, Nick?
One more time for the folks at home.
And Benny Casilla scores as well. That's
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Behind the 8 ball. Speaking of 8 balls, dumbass college baseball player out in. Okay, a young college baseball player made a dumbass mistake.
There you go.
Let's just say that, and I'm sure the name Voigt rings really strong in Nick's life and fandom. There's been some Voights that have been treated him very well in his life. So, future New York Yankee Mitchell Voigt getting a triple and snorting a fake line off the field, getting suspended. That's a dumb way to put a target on your back, kid.
That'll get
let's. I'm not going to pretend like I haven't partied or done stuff in my life, but you don't do that when you get tested.
No,
maybe not a good look.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So sorry when you said that behind the 8 ball, I had.
That's funny. That was well played, sir. Well played. Well, on top of that too,
I had to bring that up. So,
like you said, you can't bring that attention to yourself like that. That's Trevor Bauer. What happens when you bring attention to yourself like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
Now he's pitching. I mean, he's doing great in Mexico, but and around the country, but he's probably never getting another chance in the U.S.
I'm surprised the Rockies didn't give him like $30 million a year or something.
No, they got a Dominican League pitcher who was pitching in a men's league who was pretty fun in the in spring training. Okay. He was good for 2 years with the Marlins, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then he had an elbow injury and he got knocked out of the majors. But so for the Rockies, I told you guys about him. I was pretty excited about him early on in the year.
Yeah, you were.
We'll see if he makes the full man squad. But we're not going to get into all the baseball right now.
I'm sorry, I should have brought it up.
So we got one more game, a bye week. The Nick has his opening day game, April 12th, you said?
Yep, April 12th.
Beauty. April 12th for the Spartans at the Coliseum against who?
Las Vegas Kings. They changed it.
You're all good. I thought you had just said the team.
No, I was saying tickets are available. Go to the Spartans website or check their socials. They've got links all over the place.
Support local sports.
Do it. I dare you.
And these ones don't cost a ton of money. You can get close to all the players and get to know them.
Yeah, I bet you won't do it.
Family 4-pack, $100. You can take.
There you go. Beauty.
You and your 2 kids enjoy yourselves in a football game up close and personal, like Colin said.
You and your 2 kids, and then you can bring me as the 4th.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I have to have kids?
I don't know if Colin's really the stepdad type, but I mean, hey, it's sports. He'll be fine for a little bit.
I'm a surrogate sports dad for a few hours. I can help.
There you go.
See some stuff. Like, it's not a long-term commitment. Let's not pretend like this is lasting more than 3 hours, people. Just bring me to a game. All right.
Just want to go.
Much like when I go to Coors Field and stuff like that, I need a sugar mama. I need someone to buy me my food and stuff there because I'm not spending money at Coors Field.
It's not cheap.
I mean, I have to try the dessert nachos, but I can't spend money there.
I want dessert nachos. Sounds great.
I gotta find a way. Maybe I can get some coupons or something.
Life finds a way.
All right. Well, instead of talking about food madness, because there's actually a food that I really want to try in Philly, but let's March Madness.
Yes.
Here.
Colorado's got a representative, the Colorado State University Rams, on the Mountain West tourney over Boise State. They finally find a way to beat them. Basketball's good enough for me. So, I mean, it's nice.
And they knocked Boise State out of the tournament.
Yes, they did. And CU played themselves out of the tournament, too. They started out so badly that there was no way they were going to even sniff the playoffs unless they won the championship.
Yeah, they had to win. So,
you know what? They did.
As a lone representative, and the CSU Rams are also the only underdog currently a favorite or like lower seed. This could change, obviously, going in. That is a favorite going into the weekend, the round of 64. So a pretty cool storyline for the Rams that, they make it. They've had 2 good seasons back to back now. I want to say last year was a pretty good year too. So for them in basketball, I wish that these teams, much like college football in Colorado, could just stay consistent. Because, when there was Chauncey Billups and then you had Burks here also, you had some really fun times up in Boulder.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
But they were so spread out. Dinwiddie, there you go, another one. You had some fun times.
But they're
fun watching those teams make the dance, at least. But they're so spread out that once you get the momentums and the momentum and fans there, you lose, and then the next year you go down again. It takes a while to build that trust back up. Much like myself and the Broncos. It took a while to build the trust back up. It took a while. All right. I think Rockies fans, baseball fans, it's going to take forever for that not to be the best bar in Denver and for people to go and watch baseball.
Yeah.
Because besides one-year wonder flukes, which is kind of what college basketball has been here, you just don't see a lot of sustained success. And so I hope for CSU that this can become a sustained type of successing, that they can recruit and get some guys there because let's face it, if there's a thing, a major sport that a Colorado team is going to be able to win in, that's not CU, it's going to be basketball.
Yeah,
like
Nico's done a good job of recruiting though too.
Yeah.
Who?
So Nico Medved, the coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't hear who you said.
Hashtag don't fire Nico.
or don't go anywhere else.
Yeah, he won't. Nico likes coaching at CSU, so I mean he's growing that program really well, and I think
he's been there for a while.
I think this is a good start to really getting that trajectory going, and again, like you said, putting Colorado on the map because it's hit and miss.
Everybody said go to Medved.
All right, so before we get our random picks, I got to ask: do we have? I think we're all cheering for CSU, so I'm going to exclude them from this conversation. Do we have an underdog that we're kind of just going for? That's our squad. Is there one that you guys have that you are looking at that you're like, man, I love these guys and I want them, I want them to move on in this bracket. I want that's where I'm kind of hitching my horse to.
I'm glad you said that, Colin, because of course I fucking have a random ass team that I'm gonna root for that I found that I like.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go. I'm actually about to look at what their mascot is right now because I don't actually know. I'm gonna go with UC San Diego. What's up? That's the squad.
Aren't they a 16?
They're like a 14 or something. I don't remember. Let's see.
They're 12. Oh, they're playing Michigan. Actually, that's not a bad one because Michigan got kind of lucky to get into the dance. They had to win their tournament also and run through it. So that's nice.
The Tritons,
Nick, you got anyone?
Tritons, yeah, like it. Sick.
I was kind of just going through logos, but I'm gonna go with Troy.
Okay.
Just they stuck out to me. Their logo looks kind of like the Tulsa Drillers, and I don't know. It just when I was going through the bracket, I was like, I don't know. Let's click that one.
Okay.
Love it. That's as much thought as I put into my love of UC San Diego.
They're playing Kentucky. They got a chance. Kentucky's been known to drop a game early on in the tournament. Mm-hmm. Not quite the low seed or as low seeds as you guys have. Utah State, though, especially in round 1 against UCLA. UCLA started this year off so piss poor. They couldn't win a game. They were absolutely terrible. I'm not sure how they turned it around because I honestly stopped paying attention to them because they were an abomination. And so Utah State, I think, is a really good one to get out of the first round. And then a shout out to my uncle, though, in North Carolina, in Wilmington, UNCW Wilmington, North Carolina. Seahawks, yeah, I believe. Oh man, am I right? Seahawks? Am I wrong? Oh my god, now I'm second guessing.
I think it was. I literally just saw it and then I kept moving on. But I think you're right, Seahawks.
I'm pretty sure that's Seattle.
Yep, UNC Wilmington Seahawks.
Oh man, okay. Whew. I got scared for a second, but I'm cheering for them out of my heart. I hope they can end up beating Texas Tech just because my uncle lives out there. And before we get to the victory formation, I got one big victory. Shout out to my sister yesterday, 7 years sober. So proud of you. I love you. Younger sisters aren't supposed to be an example for their older brothers, but you are. Thank you for all that you do for me, that you've done for me, and continued success with everything. And keep kicking ass, sis, because you are really the definition of a victory formation.
This is the victory formation.
All right, boys, here we go. Best play in football. 6 red tight diamond victory on 1. Break.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
The Pick'em segment, proving that Colin Zanker is the most humble man in the history of time, least, featuring Nick Archuleta wishing he was somewhere else. And Joe Goodwin just kind of winging it.
All right, kind of winging it. And definitely the definition of humble. As one of us went 1-3, one of us went 2-2, and one of us went 3-1. Let's get into it in last week's picks, and we'll get to this week's picks along with a special March Madness Wheel of Destiny.
Yes, wheel.
We started things off with the Indiana versus Oregon game. Nick, you decided to go with Indiana, who got smoked by Oregon, meaning Joe and I picking them at minus 130. Oregon won 17-69.
Nice.
Kings versus Warriors in the Bay. Well, I don't have any funny pun here. Well, the Warriors, this was part of their winning streak until they faced the Nuggets. They crushed the Kings by like 35 points. Joe was the only one to choose that one to correct, meaning he won 1370 at minus 270 odds. Florida versus Tennessee. I almost screwed this one up because I thought we were choosing basketball again. Then I remembered it was college baseball. So lucky for you guys, Nick and Joe, it was college baseball, and Tennessee beat Florida. Unlucky for you guys was Tennessee was such a huge favorite at minus 350. You guys won $12.86 or $2.86 on your $10 bet. And the final game of the week was the Utah Hockey Club facing the Kraken. The only underdog to come through this week was the Kraken, who came out victorious. And I was the only one to pick the Kraken, which means I won $23. Nick and Joe both lose $10 there. Joe comes out in first for the week, winning $34.25, but still in second, but by less than $5 at $223.79. I was in second place, but first place overall at $228.64. Nick lost $17.14, but he's at $175.32 for the year. Let's get to the picks for this week. We are going to start off with the NHL. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning heading to Vegas to face the Golden Knights. Lightning 39-23-5. Golden Knights 39-20-8. Nick, who you got?
Give me Vegas. They're good at home.
Viva Nick Vegas. Joe, who you got?
I'll take neither, Colin. I hate both of these teams.
$10.
Just losing $10. I think I'll go with Nick. I think I hate the coach of the Lightning more than I hate the Golden Knights as a whole.
That's fair. I think I did read that one of the Golden Knights players is injured or got injured recently. I could totally be wrong. Maybe it's a Lightning guy and I'm remembering. But I will go with the Road Lightning to also prevent the sweep and the Lightning from winning anyways. Next, we move on to the NBA. We have the Grizzlies versus the Clippers. Grizzlies at 43-26. Clippers at 39-30. Joe, who you got?
Clippers. No reason.
Joe's taking the Clippers. I am taking the Grizzlies. They are fighting for one of the top spots in the West. Nick, who you got?
Yeah, I saw the Clippers play the other night. Give me the Grizzlies.
All right, before we get to it, because we are almost out of the stream time, we are going to have the random Wheel of Destiny to pick our teams for March Madness. And there it is. That's the correct one right there. All right. First spin. Who wants it?
I'll take it.
Nick's getting the first spin.
Nick's the host. It should go to Nick.
Big money, big money, big money. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Oh, man, that's a long spin.
Jeez.
Is that Yale? Or is that
Yale? Nope, it's Yale.
I can't. Shouldn't it show?
Yeah, Yale. It says it up top. Okay. No. Yeah, you got Yale.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
Ivy League school.
All right, so Nick has Yale. That's actually a really good pick. They have been talked about as a possible Elite Eight team, if not Final Four, team. All right, Joe.
Yeah.
Let's see if this comes out a little bit better this time with this scooted up a little bit.
I think it will.
Oh, San Diego State Aztecs.
Damn it. That would have been so sick if I got you. So we're all just fucking stay classy San Diego.
You're
Let's
staying
go.
in San Diego.
I love it.
I didn't think San Diego State was in it. Oh no, they are. I remember. Yeah.
I took them to win.
There you go. They're actually a veteran-led team who does have a chance to make some moves in March Madness.
All right. Well,
all right.
We're gonna update my bracket now. And
all right, now here we go. My team of destiny. Come on, Akron Zips.
Yeah.
Zip, Butler. McNeese Cowboys.
Cowboys.
You.
Word. That's a good one.
Oh my God.
That's.
I am going to bet that Nick's team goes the furthest. All right. Well, McNeese, you're getting $10 of mine put on you to at least win round one. All right. So for Instagram people, sorry you're not going to get to see the rest of our picks, but on to the rest of the games that we will choose for the weekend.
It's still going. Keep going.
We are sticking with March Madness though. VCU against BYU. VCU plus 120, BYU minus 140. I am going. I've always had a thing for Cougars. Give me the Mormons. Nick, who you got?
I'm looking for an upset. Give me VCU. Why not?
Joe, who you got?
I like the Cougar joke.
All right, we move on to another, close matchup, basically even matchup. We have Baylor at plus 100 versus Mississippi State at minus 120. Nick, who you got?
Baylor Bears.
The Bears. Joe, who you got? Joe, who you got?
I think I took Mississippi. I took Mississippi State.
I actually did also take Baylor in this matchup, so give me Baylor with that even money. And our final one, we have. I don't have these guys' rankings. I had them. They're like 2 spots. They're like it's like an 8-11 NCAA matchup. Friday the 21st, Wake Forest baseball against Clemson baseball team. Joe, who you got?
Run, Forest, run. Wake.
Charlie Blackman went to Wake Forest.
That's exactly why I picked them. Thank you, Colin. I'm glad.
Didn't he go there for 1 year? Am I wrong?
I have no idea.
I think it was 1 year.
I am going to go with Clemson. They have gotten better as the season has progressed. They started off a little slow. I mean, it's still early on for all these teams, but give me Clemson the opener. Nick, who you got?
A couple good teams. The Tigers.
Nick is taking Clemson as well. All right. Well, Clemson might not be able to win a game in the in March Madness, but Nick and I sure hope that they win a game against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
I, on the other hand, don't.
And in that case, some of us are just daydreaming about all that money we're making.
Very nice. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, Michael Spillane, and everybody over at e5280sports.com for hosting us. Thanks for putting up with me while I'm in Nashville. And like, subscribe, love, and make sure you share this as well. We appreciate you guys tuning in, whether it's during or after we've recorded the show. And just, keep loving us so we can keep loving you. For Colin Zaker and Joe Goodwin, this has been Undrafted Uncensored. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Nick Archuleta. Have a great night.
Yeah, tell us who you're cheering for in the chats afterwards. Put it on it. Let us know. Who you got?
I can't find who San Diego State plays.
I didn't think they were in it. I'm spinning again for you.
Then we're going to find, let's see. If we discover that the team I got is not playing.
Got a second spin. I legitimately did it. It's not sharing. All right, you got the Texas A&M Aggies. It's actually.
We'll figure it out.
That's who you got. The second spin.